Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump have managed to become the leading candidates in the 2016 presidential race. For obvious reasons, this is pushing a lot of people into looking at alternatives. As a result, the Libertarian Party has seen a large increase in the number of Google searches and registrations recently. If you're one of these people, then welcome. This video and the ones to follow are for you. This is the first in a series I'm making called Libertarian Starter Pack to help new people understand libertarianism and the Libertarian Party. In the coming weeks, I will be touching on specific policy stances common in the Libertarian Party. The Libertarian philosophy is focused on maximizing individual freedom. Simply put, Libertarianism defines freedom as being able to engage in peaceful activities without state intervention, and being secure in your body and property. Herein is the purpose of government: to stay out of people's way until it needs to seek justice for a crime. Of course, you can get into the nitty-gritty parts of the philosophy that might be boring or interesting depending on your personal interests. But for the sake of this video, that definition is good enough. Moving on. The Democrats have good rhetoric. They claim to support gay rights, to be anti-war, and anti-corporate. The bad news is that they are not. For instance, Hillary Clinton only publicly endorsed gay marriage a couple years ago. She has also never met a military conflict that she didn't want to get involved with. Not to mention that she is heavily funded by Wall Street. Most Democrats are guilty of these sins in various degrees. The good news is that the Libertarian Party supported gay marriage in its first ever presidential platform in 1972. It has been consistently anti-war, including the War on Terror. It also wants to see corrupt Wall Street executives in jail for their crimes. They are even pro-immigration to boot. Not too shabby if I say so myself. Admittedly, the Republicans have some good rhetoric as well when it comes to low taxes, fiscal conservatism, and economic freedom. Unfortunately, the Republican Party is utterly uninterested in following through with it. The good news is that the Libertarian Party actually believes in the rhetoric and has a political philosophy to back it up. It is generally accepted that those in the Libertarian Party would end the IRS and replace it with a similar plan to a flat tax, or to a plan that you can Google called the fair tax, which is, simply put, a federal sales tax in replacement of a federal income tax. Unlike most Republicans, Libertarians won't have any trouble telling you what federal programs and departments they would end. The EPA, the Department of Education, and slowly ending Social Security are among the many programs they would end. Libertarians might as well be allergic to regulations on the economy. They support ending most government interventions, from Wall Street bailouts to occupational licensing. And now we come to the pill that might be hard to swallow. As you might have picked up from what I've just got done talking about, you might have to tolerate positions that you don't like. The Libertarian Party strives to be consistent in that people should be able to choose how they live their lives to the greatest extent possible. You could say that they are the ultimate pro-choice party. You should get to choose what you put in your own body. You should get to choose how your business is run. You should get to choose who your healthcare provider is. You should get to choose how your money is spent. You should get to choose where your kids go to school, and so on. Democrats will need to get over things like gun rights, favoring private charity, and letting businesses operate more freely. Republicans will have to get over things like gay marriage, constant war, and abortion. In return, though, you will get constant allies in the fight for freedom and individual choice. Best of all, by voting Libertarian, you will be sending the loudest message possible to the parties that have failed you. It will remind them that your support is not unconditional. Their corruption and lack of principles have given us Clinton and Trump. Need I say more? The time is ripe for a third choice. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for listening. As I stated earlier, I will be publishing additional parts to this series very soon. Each will cover a specific policy stance that the Libertarian Party, or libertarians in general, tend to favor. Until then, live free. Well, hey there. Thanks for sticking around until after the end of the video. Not many people do that. So, as a prize for sticking around, I'm going to give you some bonus information. And I think it's pretty pertinent to your search for a greater understanding of libertarianism, which I think is indicated by your willingness to stick around this late in the video. So, all movements have a diverse set of opinions, and this can lead to infighting. The Libertarian Party and the parallel movement around it is not immune to this at all. In your investigation into libertarianism, you might come across some heated arguments. Please don't let this turn you off, though. While these arguments might seem petty, and they might not seem very helpful, there is one thing I can say for sure. None of the people engaged in these arguments would ever turn to the government to force you to act in accordance with their convictions. And that is not a claim that you can make about pretty much any Republican or Democrat. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.